Even by recent Rangers standards, the last couple of days have been poor. So, here is Ali McCoist reacting to the news of Steven Gerrard pulling out and also the lack of news regarding a new manager. Welcome back to Fog Football. My throat's hanging on, so let's get into it. Let's not waste any time. We'll get into his comments. I'll react to it as well. Ali McCoist had to say it on Talk Sport this morning. And I quote, "Do you know something? My mate phoned me on Saturday and he said, Rangers aren't even playing and they're still spoiling my Saturday. I think Gerrard pulled out at 7 o'clock out of the manager's race for the position. I said I fancied it to be his if he wanted it and he could get some arrangements and things like that, obviously. He had one or two things to iron out, but sadly that wasn't the case. And that was it. We're still on the hunt. It looks to be Danny Roll, but there's one or two other boys. Michael Carrick's come into the frame. The two of us, we're a bit of a state, aren't we? End of quote. Now, right, not an awful lot to go in here to, but yeah, I think the key thing, well, I mean, there's multiple things to look at here, but like, fucking, we're not even playing, man. Honestly, see Gerrard's rejecting us. That might be as low as this season has got so far, and that may sound insane when you look at the state of it, but let's be honest, all the other games, right, when we get beat 6-0 by Bruges, when we were drawing all those games, when we lost to Hearts, it's almost like it was just expected, right? Just expected. I mean, probably the worst game I've probably felt this season was maybe the Dundee game, because after the Pilsen game, I just expected us to go and batter Dundee. It really looked like that was going to be the case, but no, it didn't happen. But so there's always just been this level of acceptance amongst the other results. Even when we got beat 6-0 by Bruges, I mean, I did a watch along of that game. It was a brutal 2 hours, there's no getting away from that, but at the same time, you know, we had no hope going into it. 3-1 down for the first leg, and once Max Aarons gets sent off like 5 minutes into that game and you're 1-0 down, it was just numb. It was just numb. Well, this Gerrard business, I actually believed he was going to be appointed. I believed we were going to get it over the line, and like this season, man, most of us writ off the league back in August, out the Champions League in August, and we've not really suffered heartbreak on the pitch. It's kind of just been depression. Now, not everyone suffered heartbreak from Gerrard pulling out the race. Not everybody wanted him. It'd be naive to think that. I've heard a lot of people saying that they're not bothered. You'll hear the super scoreboard, you look on Twitter. Not everybody wanted Gerrard, but I mean, I would say it's probably about 80%, three quarters, 80% of the fan base that would have either taken him or would have definitely wanted him back. Now, Malin McCoy has kind of hinted at the fact about why Gerrard didn't take the job. Now, we don't know either, to be honest. There's nothing concrete out there. But it's looking like Kevin Thelwell. I mean, no wonder, right? Are you trying to tell me Gerrard is putting the faith of his recruitment at Rangers Football Club into fucking Robbie Thelwell? That's a disaster. I don't care what anybody says. How are you supposed to appoint a manager with any form of credibility if they're letting some 26-year-old with no experience by nothing, nada, hee-haw. There's nothing there, man. Honestly, you've just got to take one look at that summer window. You look at Yusuf Shamiti, yes, he said it again. I'll talk about Yusuf Shamiti till the day I die, because that deal is fucking brutal. And it needs talked about. Kevin Thelwell, you're not getting away, because that deal is rank fucking rotten, my friend. I don't even know why I'm saying my friend. I'm not his friend. He's nobody's friend. He's Kevin Napal's. All he's got is his fucking son and Patrick, and they're ruining this club. That's all he's got. Anyway, moving on. Moving on up. Well, hopefully we do move on up, but he talks about the fact they need one or two things ironed out, but we're still on the hunt. So, yeah, it looks like the Tellwells and Stewart have been the spanner in the works. Honestly, the 49ers, right? The rumours is that when Gerrard rejected, was it Saturday, man? I've honestly, yeah, it was Saturday night. I've lost track of the days, right? The rumours were that on Sunday, Andrew Kavanagh went back to Gerrard and Gerrard said no. And you know what, folks? I think there's actually proof in the pudding, because Gerrard was like 100 to 1 with bookmakers, and then all of a sudden he shoots up to like 12, 10 to 1. That doesn't happen for no reason. And there's a lot of credible sources actually saying to that. So, again, that just reeks of fucking desperation. The only way that makes sense to me is if Gerrard rejected it due to a reason, and then Andrew Kavanagh and Murray Parafi have dealt with it. But obviously that's not happened. No one has left the club. I mean, how great would it be to wake up or later on the day or whatever to see that Kevin Thelwell and his son have left the football club and they're in? It would have been good. It would have been great. But the thing that doesn't sit right with me is though is why is why is a director of football got this much sway? Seriously, it's like if we have to pick between bringing Gerrard back or keeping we call him Kevin Thelwell. If it's simply an option between A and B, you've got to go with Steven Gerrard. I don't understand why they've no. People will go, because it'll cost money to get rid of Kevin Thelwell. Trust me, folks, we are not novices when it comes to paying off people and getting rid of them from their contracts. Hell, that seems to be the norm over the whole host of years. But he goes on to speak about Danny Rawl. Michael Carrick's come into the frame. I don't want Michael Carrick. I don't want Danny Rawl. I don't even know who I want, man. I just want this saga to come to an end. I can't be arsed for this managerial hunt to drag into the week after and 2 weeks from now. Because you know why? I've got zero faith they'll get it right. We can sit here and say, oh, you know, they need to take their time and get it right. Will they get it right? How much time? Honestly, like, seriously, let's look at Martin. They did 7 interviews. It took them weeks and months to get that fucking manager announcement over the line. And that turned out to be a disaster. Maybe if they don't even... Maybe if they just fucking fling a dart at a dartboard and see whatever name it lands on, that would be the best choice. I feel like that's how bad of a state we're in. Because the 49ers, man, all faith and goodwill is out the window.